Gabby Gwen'S Naproom Reveries. Lights, camera, action. Gabby Gwen announces, twirling onto the set in her botanical patchwork gown. The train trails behind her, pockets rustling with each step. She pirouettes, her jingly bracelets and clanky earrings creating a whimsical melody. Her tall updo, adorned with a wispy veil, bobs as she dances. "Welcome, darlings, to another fabulous journey through my journal," Gwen exclaims, settling into a plush armchair. Today, we'll be exploring the many nap rooms of Crystal Palace. Oh, it's simply divine. She opens the journal, its pages shimmering with an iridescent glow. "Let's begin with the Lavender Lullaby Lounge," Gwen says, her voice taking on a dreamy quality. The walls are a soft lilac, with whispers of silver swirling through like mist. The air is heavy with the scent of fresh lavender and linden blossoms. Can you smell it? A gust of wind rattles the windows, and Gwen glances up. "Oh, hush, you blustery bother. We're trying to nap here." She turns back to her audience with a wink. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. The Lavender Lullaby Lounge has the most delightful swing bed, draped in layers of billowy chiffon. It's like sleeping on a cloud. Suddenly, a orange and white cat saunters across the journal pages. "Meow meow, you sassy thing," Gwen scolds playfully. "This isn't your story time." The cat meows indignantly and flicks its tail, knocking over a pot of glitter. Gwen sighs dramatically. "Well, I suppose a little sparkle never hurt anyone." Moving on to the Peach Pit Paradise. She flips to the next page, revealing a sketch of a cozy room in warm peach tones. "This room is absolutely scrumptious," Gwen gushes. The walls are painted in a soft peach fuzz, and there's a hobby corner dedicated to preserving fruits. The bouquet here is a delightful mix of peach blossoms and plumeria. Oh, and the bed. It's shaped like a giant peach pit, lined with the softest velvet you've ever felt. A rumble of thunder interrupts her description. "Zeus, darling, do calm down," Gwen calls out. "We're trying to have a peaceful nap here." "Peaceful?" a booming voice responds. "With your incessant prattling about ridiculous rooms? Bah!" Gwen rolls her eyes. "Ignore him, dears. He's just jealous he wasn't invited to our slumber party." She turns the page with a flourish. "Now, let me tell you about the minty fresh meadow. It's simply to die for." As she begins to describe the room, a will-o'-the-wisp floats by, whispering, "Watch out for the supernaturals, Gwen. They're plotting something wicked." Gwen waves her hand dismissively. "Oh, pish-posh. They're all talk and no action." Now, where was I? Ah, yes. The minty fresh meadow is a vision in shades of green. The walls are painted with a delicate pattern of mint leaves, and the air is crisp with the scent of peppermint and keen joy. The bed is nestled in a meadow of soft, minty green shag carpet, surrounded by topiaries shaped like sleepy sheep. A mischievous giggle echoes through the room, and Gwen narrows her eyes. "Perplexing panda, is that you? Don't you dare rearrange my nap rooms." The panda pokes its head out from behind a curtain, grinning impishly. Gwen sighs and continues, "In the hobby corner, there's a tea station with every variety of mint tea you could imagine. In the bouquet. Oh, it's a stunning arrangement of chrysanthemums and delphinium, all in shades of green and white." As she speaks, a tumbleweed rolls by, muttering rhymes under its breath. "Nap room's grand, nap room's fair, but where's the one with the rocking chair?" Gwen claps her hands excitedly. "Oh, whiny rhymey tumbleweed, you've given me a brilliant idea for my next nap room. But first, let me tell you about the Coconut Cabana Cove." She flips to a new page, revealing a tropical paradise. "This room is a slice of heaven, darlings. The walls are painted to look like a sunny beach, and the bed is a giant hammock strung between two palm tree pillars. The air is heavy with the scent of coconut and frangipani. In the hobby corner, you can learn the art of weaving palm fronds into fabulous hats. A spectral figure materializes, wearing a cowboy hat and a smirk. "Howdy, Gwen," drawls Sheriff Trickster. "Your nap rooms are as ridiculous as a bull in a china shop. How about a room for Snorin' and Borin'?" Gwen huffs indignantly. "Sheriff Trickster, your rhymes are as tired as last season's fashion. Why don't you go haunt a saloon or something?" The phantom tips his hat and vanishes, leaving behind a faint aroma of sage and leather. Gwen wrinkles her nose and quickly waves her hand to dispel the scent. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. The Lemon Drop Lullaby Loft. She turns to a page bursting with sunny yellow hues. "This room is a zesty delight, my dears. The walls are painted in the palest lemon chiffon, with accents of daffodil yellow. The air is bright with the scent of lemon and honeysuckle. The bed is a giant lemon slice, complete with a translucent canopy that looks like lemon peel. A group of jesters tumbles into view, their bells jingling merrily. Tisanes for the dreams, tarts for the schemes. They chant in unison, offering trays of steaming cups and pastries. Gwen claps her hands in delight. Jackie, jaunty, jangly, juggy, joshy. How delightful. Do leave those treats here, darlings. They'll be perfect for our next nap room. As the jesters cartwheel away, Gwen turns back to her journal. Now, let me tell you about the apple orchard oasis. It's simply scrumptious. She reveals a page filled with warm reds and greens. The walls are painted to look like an apple orchard in full bloom. The bed is nestled in the branches of a giant apple tree, with silk leaves forming a canopy overhead. The air is sweet with the scent of apples and cinnamon. In the hobby corner, you can try your hand at making apple sculptures. A robotic voice interrupts, calculation complete, 99.9% chance of nap-induced boredom in this room. Gwen rolls her eyes. Oh, Pat the robot, your circuits must be crossed. There's nothing boring about my nap rooms. She flips to the next page with a flourish. Now, prepare yourselves for the Pineapple Paradise penthouse. This room is the crown jewel of nap rooms, darlings. As she begins to describe the room, a nearby window shatters, and a caped figure swoops in. Never fear, Spidey Fan is here. The superhero announces. I've come to save you from the villainous nap rooms. Gwen sighs heavily. Spidey Fan, dear, the only thing villainous here is your timing. We're in the middle of a very important journal reading. The superhero looks crestfallen. But I thought you were in danger. The only danger here is to my patients, Gwen retorts. Now, shoo. Go find some real crime to fight. As Spidey Fan sulks out of the broken window, Gwen turns back to her audience with an apologetic smile. So sorry about that, darlings. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, the Pineapple Paradise penthouse. She gestures to the page, which shows a room decked out in tropical splendor. The walls are a cheery pineapple yellow, with green accents that mimic the fruit's spiky crown. The bed is, of course, a giant pineapple slice, complete with a fibrous canopy. The air is sweet and tangy with the scent of pineapple and passion fruit. In the hobby corner, you can learn the art of pineapple carving. A mischievous giggle echoes through the room, and suddenly, all the male characters find themselves wearing frilly dresses. Gwen claps her hands in delight. Presto pony, you rascal! How delightful! The magical pony preens, clearly pleased with itself. Gwen turns back to her journal, trying to stifle her laughter. Now, let's explore the Honeydew Haven, shall we? She reveals a page awash in soft greens and creamy whites. This room is as refreshing as a cool breeze on a summer day. The walls are painted in the palest honeydew green, with swirls of cream that look like clouds. The bed is a hollowed-out honeydew melon, lined with the softest silk sheets. The air is sweet and crisp with the scent of honeydew and cucumber. In the hobby corner, you can try your hand at melon ball art. A gruff voice interrupts, ain't no place for a cowboy to rest his head in all this fancy frou-frou. Gwen looks up to see Goofy the cowboy standing in the doorway, looking uncomfortable in his new frilly dress. She stifles a giggle. Oh, Goofy, darling, you'd be surprised how comfy these nap rooms can be. Why don't you give one a try? Goofy huffs and stomps out, his spurs jingling incongruously with the ruffles of his dress. Gwen shakes her head fondly and turns back to her journal. Now, let me tell you about the Orange Blossom Oasis, she says, revealing a page bursting with warm orange hues. This room is like stepping into a sun-drenched grove. The walls are painted in the softest orange sherbet, with delicate white blossoms scattered about. The bed is a giant orange slice, complete with a peel-textured canopy. The air is sweet and citrusy with the scent of orange blossoms and neroli. In the hobby corner, you can learn the art of orange peel crafting. As she speaks, a group of clingy cloud clusters drifts into the room, raining tiny orange blossom petals. Gwen laughs delightedly. Oh, how perfect! Thank you, darlings. You're adding just the right touch to our orange blossom oasis. She turns to the next page, her eyes sparkling with excitement. And now, for our final nap room of the day, the Plumeria Paradise. Before she can begin her description, a booming voice interrupts. Enough of this foolishness. Zeus thunders. These nap rooms are a waste of divine time. Gwen puts her hands on her hips, glaring at the ceiling. Now see here, Zeus. Just because you're too high-strung for a good nap doesn't mean the rest of us can't enjoy one. Why don't you go zap some mortals or something? A rumble of thunder is the only response, but it sounds almost chastened. Gwen nods in satisfaction and turns back to her journal. Now, as I was saying, the Plumeria paradise is absolutely heavenly. The walls are painted in the softest pink, with delicate Plumeria blossoms seeming to float across the surface. The bed is a giant Plumeria flower, with petals that fold around you like a cocoon. The air is sweet and intoxicating with the scent of Plumeria and vanilla. In the hobby corner, you can learn the art of flower pressing. As she finishes her description, a gentle chime sounds. Gwen looks up, startled. Oh my, is that the time already? Well, darlings, I'm afraid that's all we have for today's journal reading. I do hope you've enjoyed this tour of the many nap rooms of Crystal Palace. Sweet dreams, and remember, there's no such thing as too many pillows.